Well, hello, everybody. It's Brad.
And Christa.
With the Big Family Homestead. And you guys have been asking for a long time for more budgeting tips, more menu planning. The holidays are coming up, and oh my gosh, everybody's spending money. And this is not a commercial.
No, this is not a commercial.
Not in any way.
No.
But we have a big family, and we have had to, by necessity, figure out ways that we can save money any which way.
Right.
Especially on food, gifts, holiday stuff.
Right.
All the yada yadas and
the
yippee skippies. So we figured we'd show you in real time how we actually do what we do when it comes time to set up planning for holiday meals and gifts and stuff. And here, I'll even show you. This is going to be a little bit low tech, guys, because we're actually doing this with webcams and stuff. But we'll be able to show you, yay, huh? The month and how we put everything together. And so I guess with that, how do you want to start?
Well, first we start by, what month is it going to be? December.
We probably want to write that one.
We got to write that down. So I need my handy dandy notebook here. Not really, it's my calendar. To find out what day December 1st starts on. So I'm going to use my phone because it's got a calendar in it.
Yep.
And so I'll write at the top what month it is and year it is. Excuse me. And sorry about that. I had a dry throat. And then I'll fill in the numbers on the day. So Tuesday is the 1st of December, and I'll just go through.
Okay. So while you're doing that, one thing that we do that probably a lot of you do, so we'll get the easy stuff out of the way, is we always try, and Scouts Honor is the truth because some months we're not. We fail at our budgeting.
Yeah.
And December is such an easy month to mess up on. So we try to plan out our meals for the entire month because then you can shop in bulk and then you save money because we go to stores like Aldi or restaurant supply stores. It's unfortunate, but yeah, we do go to Wally World from time to time.
We do go to Walmart. We do go to Sam's Club once in a great while. Like, we do not do regular shopping at Sam's Club. We probably go twice a year.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, and the problem with Sam's Club for us is that you have to buy so much of a thing that it just, the bill gets way out of control. You can't buy like 10 chicken patty things.
No, you buy 50.
You got to get a ton of them.
And, you know, if you have a walk-in freezer, that's great. We don't.
But that on top of the fact that, okay, you don't just buy chicken patties. You're going to buy 50 other things. And now all of a sudden what would have cost you $10 at Aldi, now it's like 30. You're getting a better deal, true. But now all of a sudden those add up. And you go, wait a minute, I didn't put $500 in my cart.
Right. And then, well, you've got to think about on top of that, well, yeah, I've got 500, I'm exaggerating on the 500 chicken patties, but you've got to pay for electricity for all of those chicken patties and making sure, you know, well, what if the electricity goes down? Then
are you going to can it or do they eat it or are they going to get ruined?
Yeah, all these chicken patties are ruined, you know, if you're not able to eat them right away.
So why don't you go ahead and fill in at least Christmas and New Year's and stuff like that, because we have special meals that we like to do, like everybody's family. We have some special meals, and on Christmas Day, one of the things that we have that's a tradition is called Christmas meat.
On Christmas Day?
Yeah, or Eve.
Christmas Eve.
Either way, we do.
Yeah.
Either way, we do.
Yeah.
But, okay, Christmas meat is a German recipe, and I don't actually know what its real name is. I'm sure some of you out there will. I'll describe what it is, and then you guys can decide. what you think it is. We call it Christmas meat. It used to be pork roasted along with veal roasted, and then it was cut into small chunks, and you make it into a gravy that has clove and bay leaf and some really interesting flavors. And then that's put over the top of warm, fresh bread.
Right. And it is delicious.
It is delicious and delightful. And it's actually cheap because we don't use the veal.
Right. We have, years ago, we had a hard time finding veal, and then it was just super expensive. So we're like, you know what? Let's just try it without the veal and see how it tastes. And honestly, it tastes really good.
We don't feel like we missed or lost anything.
No. One of these days, I would actually like to try it with the veal just to see if there's a difference.
Well, yeah.
But
for now, though, what's a because you only need like 1.5 pounds for our crew. There's like 7 people would be eating now, depending if nobody else is home.
1.5 pounds of pork?
Yeah, is that how much you need? 3. She's talking leftovers. Okay.
Okay. The big boys always have 2 helpings.
Well, I'm saying who's here now.
Yeah. Yeah, we had 2 big kids here when we had it the other day.
Who are you talking about?
Cody and Jonathan.
I'm saying who's here now. They're not here.
Oh, that's true.
Oh, my Lanta. Oh, my gosh. Okay, we need to refocus.
They are here now.
They're not.
No.
Not in spirit. They're here in spirit. But, okay. Whatever. Let's move on.
This is what happens when we meal plan.
That is actually true.
We do. We're like, we bicker over silly things. No, that's not what happened.
It's actually not what happened. Yeah. So anyway, and that's when Brad just smiles and goes, okay, honey.
Okay, whatever.
Sure. Anyway.
Be nice.
So let's say it's 2 pounds of meat to go between the 1.5 pounds, right?
Okay.
So we just saw at our local Pick and Save, pork was on sale for $1 a pound.
Yeah.
And so let's go with that pricing, because what we would do is we'd go grab what we need, cut it up, portion it up into, maybe a meal or 2, maybe 3, depending on what you get.
Right.
So $1 a pound, you're talking $2 for the meat. Mama makes the bread from scratch, so that literally costs about 40 cents.
A loaf, yeah.
But it's never a loaf, it's always 2.
I always make 2.
Now, so there's that, and then the gravy is chicken broth.
Chicken broth and flour.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you need an onion.
So let's say that the whole meal liberally costs $3.
Yeah.
$3.
Well, the chicken broth. Yeah, that's like $2 or $3 unless you make it yourself.
Let's call it $5.
It's a $5 meal. It's really
and
inexpensive.
It's filling.
Oh, very
and
filling.
Delicious.
Yeah.
So go ahead and mark that down for us there, Mama.
Okay.
So that's a $5 meal. And can you imagine that, guys? That's Christmas dinner or Christmas Eve dinner, in this case, for $5. $5 to feed like 6, 7 people.
Yep.
Okay. So another momentous holiday thing we do. We try to make sure that we raise our own beef. And so we have the luxury of getting some expensive cuts of meat for very, very cheap.
Right.
We'll have to show you both ways on how we do this so that you can, for those of you who don't raise your own beef, you might have to substitute for a ham or something like that.
Right. Find an inexpensive, special meal,
Turkey.
Right now.
Perfect.
Our grocery store up here by us is that if you have their store card, it's 37 cents a pound. We got a 16-pound turkey the other day for $5.99. Yeah.
$5.99. And that's going to be several meals. So why don't you go ahead and mark down a turkey somewhere? We just had it, obviously, for Thanksgiving, so we're going to have to wait. Maybe let's do it on New Year's.
Oh, that's a good idea.
New Year's, New Year's is good. And now you're talking, so if you can pick up a bird like that, what we will do is we'll try to pick another one up and freeze it.
Yes, we freeze it or we'll can it. thaw it out and can it. So, because we like canned meat.
Oh my gosh,
so
it's so good. Over rice. It's almost like turkey a la king.
Because what it does when you put the meat in there, you're putting just water and salt, which then creates and raw turkey, right? Which then creates a broth from that liquid. Then you take that liquid away from the turkey and you make a gravy with that, and then you've got an easy done meal.
Well, and if you want to go crazy, throw a stalk of celery in there and a couple carrot slices. Oh my gosh, it's almost like a chicken starter, like almost like a chicken soup starter.
Right, exactly. Turkey soup starter. So
you're talking what? $6 for the bird, and let's say another, how much for stuffing?
They were on sale. The ones that we like to get, I think they were $2 a bag.
Okay, so they take 2 bags, 4, so we're at $10. And then let's say corn and mashed potatoes and gravy. So you're like $14-15. Let's go nuts and say $15.
Right.
So go ahead and mark that down there, baby. And that way, when we're done with this, we'll tally everything up, guys. And that way you can see what we're doing. Oh, did you write down the Christmas meat money?
Oh, I did not.
Okay.
No, that's
Thank you, baby.
That's not right. That was $5.
Yeah. It's crazy. That one's a good deal.
And this one was 10, right?
15.
That was 15, okay.
Now, what would you want to do for Christmas Day?
Well, I mean, we really like to do prime rib that we have raised from our cows. We don't buy go to the butcher and buy it because it's.
Oh my gosh! For our crew, it's $90 or more.
It's about $100 just for the meat.
So that's out.
That is not happening unless we have it from one of our cows. We don't have it. We find something else.
Fortunately, we do, but for the sake of budgeting and showing you how we would go about it, we're gonna substitute something for your benefit. So, but for us, you can go ahead and put the prime down.
Okay.
But we'll put something else in there, something delicious.
Well, and we should talk about, when we raise our own beef. And, you can, if you can't raise your own beef, you can find a farmer, that's selling a side of beef and buy
or a quarter.
The whole, you can buy that and then you can get that said prime. Sorry, I shook the camera.
Yeah, it's right up there. It's shaky.
But for us, it equaled out because our animals are mostly grass fed. They do get grain as a treat. They don't their meals are not. It's not they get a few pounds of grain every day and that's it.
So it's very affordable.
It's very affordable. It ends up being to where it's about a couple of dollars a pound for
and
us.
That includes the butchering.
That includes the butchering,
and packaging and all of that.
Yeah.
So for us, a prime rib is like $12.
Right.
But for you guys, let's say that you had a ham. So a ham, if you're not going with a honey baked ham, which they're great,
so expensive,
but you can get knockoff, recipes for the stuff that goes on top of it with the orange juice and the brown sugar, and then it's pretty dang affordable. So I would say that you could get, with the prices right now, you could get a ham for less than $10. Maybe some au gratin potatoes. That's always nice. And then maybe some dinner rolls. If you're making your own dinner rolls, we have videos on that, by the way.
Very inexpensive.
Excellent.
Very inexpensive.
So you could say a ham dinner with potatoes and rolls and everything, $15.
I'm going to put that. I put prime or ham.
Right.
So that they can see that.
Oh, here. Right. I'm the guy that's got to change it.
Right.
And I apologize that it's clear up here and then it gets a little
blurry,
fuzzy down here. We have to pick.
Right.
We have to pick because of the way the camera's sitting. Yeah. It can't be focused both. So,
no.
All right. Now, so what we'll also do is we try to hit all of the days that we know we're going to be out and about, or if it's a church night or something like that. But since COVID's doing COVID thing, we don't go.
No, we don't go pretty much anywhere except for the grocery store once in a while.
Church on Sunday. But that doesn't really, it used to be Wednesday nights too, but now it's not.
Yeah.
So, but that's what we would normally do. Now, one of the things that we can do is we'll start to populate the meal plan with meals that we either like or are the staple ones, or something that's like just pops in your head and you're like, you know what, I think I would like.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
So just go ahead and get it out of the way. We make homemade pizza.
We make homemade pizza. It's
so pick
good.
a day.
It's so good. We need to have that soon.
You didn't make the dough.
I know.
Okay, here's the thing. We'll pick a date and I'll talk and you write.
All right.
Yeah, homemade pizza. The thing is, we figured out a recipe. We do everything from scratch, by the way. Everything from scratch, and it is far better than takeout or anything you can get frozen. But one of the recipes that Mama has tweaked and worked, the trick is you got to let it sit, the dough. You got to let it sit in the fridge.
3 days, at least 1 day. 3 days is better.
Yeah.
So
it starts to rise and almost start a little fermentation, a little bit. And it's it's like
so good.
Anyway, sorry, I digress.
But for us to make, we make 6 pizzas for our family, and for that, and then the only thing we buy is the cheese. I make the sauce. Well, we buy the canned tomatoes, but
she makes it from scratch.
I make it from scratch. So the dough is $1.
Yeah.
Less than that, because it makes 6 pizzas. Then another $1 for the canned tomatoes. The pepperoni is going to be, we got it on sale this past week, but $3 normally. So we're looking at $5, and then another $5 for the cheese. So we're looking at $10 for 6 pizzas.
Well, and just so you know, we're not complete animalistic pigs eating 6 pizzas. She makes them custom made.
And they're small. They're small.
So each person.
Yeah, they're all like personal size pizzas. No, they're not massive 16-inch pizzas.
Oh my gosh.
They are small, like 12-inch or smaller pizzas.
Well, and the kids just love it because it's family movie night.
Right.
And then they'll, she has her job and I have my job. I assemble the things.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah. And so anyway, pizza does not cost that much. No. So where are we at with pizza?
So for us to buy, even if we were buying frozen pizzas, which there is a lot of frozen pizza up here, because there's the Nestle Tombstone, isn't it Tombstone, right?
Tombstone's here.
Yeah, Tombstone is here. And so pizza is a huge thing up here. Frozen pizza, sorry.
Is a little different.
It's not that great. But those are
$10 a piece.
They're $8 to $10 depending on the pizza. I think the Tombstones are like 5 or 6.
6.
But even if we were getting those, we would need 4 of them, 3 of them. 3 of them? Yeah, 3 of them.
Depends on who's here.
Depends on who's here. So if it's just the 6 of us, so then we would need 2.5 to 3. So we buy 3, and whatever's left we put in the freezer or in the refrigerator. That's $18.
Yep.
If they're $6 a piece. So we are saving a lot of money by making our own pizza. And you know what? It's a lot of fun. You can personalize it how you want it. Every person can have whatever they want on there. We use our Thrive Life ingredients for the onions and the mushrooms. Yummy.
That way you don't have to buy fresh, and you don't wasting them because you're finding a science
moldy,
experiment in the back of the fridge with the leftover.
Right. So that works out really well because I'm the only one that likes pizzas. Or, mushrooms. And then everybody likes something different. Hope likes pineapple, and some of the kids just like black olives and cheese and pepperoni. So it's just different. Everybody gets what they need.
But even if you were saying, let's go nuts and say it's $15. If you live in a city, $15 for a pizza, that's kind of normal for something that's not that great.
Right.
So consider making your own.
Right. And it honestly is a lot of fun. There's a lot of bonding time going on between him and I and the kids, and it's a lot of fun. We turn on the music and while the pizzas are being made, and then we start a movie. It's a ton of fun. So
one thing to keep in mind, if you're going to make pizza at home, couple things. Get your oven as hot as you can get it.
Yeah.
And get a pizza stone.
Yeah.
get a good pizza stone, and then you let that sucker heat up for an hour.
Yeah. Put your pizza stone in the oven, turn the oven on, and let it heat for an hour. So yeah, because then it's the right temperature. The stone has been heated to the right temperature.
I mean,
to cook
and
it right.
consider this, that like the restaurants that do this, if you got a wood-fired pizza oven or even those industrial ones, they're all over 700, 800, 900 degrees depending on the oven.
Yeah.
So your oven at home generally so they go up to 500, maybe 550 degrees.
Yeah.
So you got to let that stone heat up.
Yep.
So,
yep.
Okay.
So, and it's a messy project. It really is.
Yeah.
There's usually flour all over his pants and all over, everything.
Yeah. I kind of figure that God gave me pants so that I could keep my hands clean.
I'm pretty sure that pants are to cover your body.
Okay, so let's talk about spaghetti.
Spaghetti is a quick and easy meal.
So you got a pound of ground beef. How much is that?
What is it? We haven't bought ground beef in a while.
I think it's $3 right now.
No.
Call it $3.
$3.99. Yeah.
Well, anyway. Let's say you got it on sale.
Yeah.
Let's call it $3 for 1 pound of ground beef because that's all you need. And then a can of sauce because that's one thing we don't make just because it's $1. It's $1.
Yeah.
And then $1 for the noodles. So you're right there. $1, $3. It's $5. Plus, let's say you either made bread or bought bread. Buying bread is $3, so you're at $8 for another meal that'll feed at least 5 people.
Yep.
You know,
that's what we do. I mean, and sometimes we will do a salad as well, and then there's always tons of leftovers, even because we have a big salad, and then you really only need half a pound of all of that stuff. And
well, pick a spot, Mama.
Okay.
So pick a spot, and then of course we have to have. Any given month, at least 1 or 2 things that are Latin-y, Mexican-y, South American-y kind of foods, just because we just love it.
Well, let's just do it on Taco Tuesday.
Well, and Claire has been asking for something for a while now.
Right.
Not tacos.
Oh.
And this is one of Christa's world-famous recipes. And that's actually no joke.
World famous, huh?
Red beans and rice. Chicken, so we'll do chicken breasts on our air fryer inside because grilling outside right now, I do it, but
it's really cold.
And where we're at now, it gets windy and blows the dang grill out all the time.
Yeah, right, yeah.
So her red beans and rice is ridiculous. You got to make the sofrito, but we have a video on that. And let's just say that you could make yourself sick eating her red beans and rice. Because you won't stop.
Right. It just tastes so good.
A lot of bold flavors. Oh, there's Nana. She's barking at something. And then grilled chicken breasts. So let's say that you have 5 grilled chicken breasts. What would that be about? You know, chicken's like, if you get it at Aldi, it's $2 a pound, right?
Right. It is $2 a pound. Well, okay, the chicken breasts that we have gotten have been, 2 inches thick. So I will cut them into cutlets, and sometimes I can get 3 out of 1 breast. What's the matter?
No, we're recording. That's Claire. We were wondering if something was wrong.
Yeah.
Because I forgot to shut the door.
Yeah. So the chicken breasts we buy $2 a pound. I can get 3 out of 1 chicken breast. Of course, those are like a pound.
I like mine much smaller, believe it or not.
Yeah. I mean, I can't eat that.
No.
That's just too much. So we cut them into 3 cutlets, and it stretches, and it's really a money saver.
Yeah.
And a waste saver.
So how much for the chicken, if you had to guess?
Well, for 5 chicken breasts, I would say...
Call them $1 a piece?
Yeah, I guess you could say $1 a piece. Yeah.
But go even $6. Just we'll try to be liberal with the prices because people are going to have different prices where they're at.
Right. So $6 for the chicken. The beans are going to be another $1.50. And the sauce and the rice is another 50 cents. So we're looking at $8.
I'd say I round it out at 9.
Okay.
Go nuts.
Even though
because you watch people, when we tally all this up, you're going to go, that's only like that? And I'm spending this?
Right.
And you don't need to.
Now, to let you know, this is just for dinners. Now, for lunches, we do leftovers. And then we have a various, we do eggs for breakfast, pancakes, bacons, occasionally yogurt. So we're not having
Toast
3 humongous meals. This is our main meal, and then kids do their breakfast, and then leftovers is for lunch.
And we will add in at the end of this a budget that we would use for breakfasts.
Yes.
Like she said, though, lunches are taken care of because there's always leftovers.
Right.
So let's continue on.
So I did put tacos on here the next week.
Yeah, because tacos are a must.
Right.
And we just love tacos. Sometimes they're soft, sometimes they're crunchy, sometimes we go nuts and make the actual tortillas from scratch.
Yeah, we go nuts.
Sometimes we make street tacos.
Yummy.
If you've never had street tacos, folks,
missing out.
You haven't lived. Right. I think that they're officially called, carnitas. I can't think of it. But it's chunks of meat that is either beef or pork, and it's in this lime kind of Latin flavor. There's orange juice in there that they marinated in, and
garlic.
Then it's grilled, a lot of garlicky and super soft when you bite it. Oh my gracious.
It's so delicious. And then you put onions and cilantro. You mix together onions, cilantro, and lime juice, and then you put that on top of your
fresh tortilla.
So yummy.
So, okay, well, let's figure that out. So let's say that it was a $8 chunk of meat, because you don't have to use any one particular kind of meat, because you're going to marinate it and you're going to cook the stew out of it so that it gets nice and soft. So let's say that we're going crazy and we go with beef. Let's say that the tortillas cost us less than $1, because you're either going to make them or you're going to buy them.
Right.
So we're at $9. Let's say onions, cilantro, if you wanted to throw on tomatoes and sour cream. Let's call it $12 meal.
Okay.
$12. And so. And
you don't have to use a nice piece of meat. You can use ground beef. If you wanted to. That's just what we like to do.
Okay. Let's also go ahead and let's put on a roast chicken. She loves roast chicken.
I do love roast chicken.
How about a whole roast chicken?
Okay.
Nowhere near the turkey, though.
No, I'm going to put it up here on Sunday.
A roast chicken, and you can go nuts, people. If you've never had beer can chicken, you are missing out. And all that is like you stick a can of beer and there's a way to do it. And it is really good. Or if you're good at smoking things, put it on the grill.
Yeah.
So chicken is what? $8?
Between depending on the size of the chicken, between $5 and $8.
Let's go on the high side.
Yep.
So chicken, what would you want with it? We would not want rice, because we just said rice. We would want maybe green beans and...
Green beans. We usually do a mashed potatoes and gravy.
Yep, mashed potatoes and gravy. So you're taking like $2 there.
And sometimes we'll do broccoli or cauliflower. We try to mix up the colors of our food so it's not just all one color.
Let's call it $14.
Okay.
Yeah. And by the way, we're adding in some things that we would not normally add in because we make them. Like our broth, our chicken broth, we make it by the quart, and it ends up costing you pennies.
Yeah. Literally
pennies, because you'll eat the turkey or the chicken or whatever it is that you're making, and then you make a bone broth and can it.
Yeah, anytime we have a roasted chicken, I will make, after that chicken I take all of the meat off of that carcass. I take that and I put in an onion, celery, and some carrots into the Instant Pot, actually. And I cook that for like 2 hours.
Yep. Then strain the bones out because it obliterates them.
It does obliterate it. So I strain all the veggies out, and then I've got bone broth, and it actually becomes gelatin when you refrigerate it, which is what you want. That is actual bone broth.
Yeah.
And the gelatin in there is so good for your body.
Well, and not to mention, too, it's expensive. If you buy real bone broth, try going to a natural food store. Holy mackerel.
It's super expensive. And it's so easy to make at home.
Yeah.
I mean, you just take your chicken carcass and, like I said, just throw it in. And if you don't have an Instant Pot, fine. You don't have to use an Instant Pot. You just need to slow cook it on your stove or in a crock pot. It's all up to you. I just like the Instant Pot because it's fast.
Okay, couple meatless meals that we generally put on there, and they're both kid friendly. The kids actually love them. Salad night.
Salad night, yeah.
Believe it or not, salad night, just salad and bread. I don't care what kind of bread it is. It can be cornbread, it can be her dinner rolls, or it can be a garlic bread or whatever. But salad and bread, and the reason why the kids love it so much, I think, is just because we put a bunch of different toppings out and they kind of assemble what they want. Instead of like, here's your salad. They're like, I think I would like to have cheese, and I want to have some croutons, and
makes meals fun.
Cranberries.
Oh yeah.
Or cherries, dried.
Yeah. Cherries are more expensive. That's why we go with cranberries usually, and there's loads of vitamin C in the cranberries. So, and it's a nice sweet treat on your salad.
I'm calling that meal a $10 meal.
Okay.
Because $1 for the lettuce, because you don't use the whole thing. You can go iceberg. Iceberg's cheaper. She likes romaine.
Not good for you. I like romaine. I like to add spinach into my salad. When I have salad,
Kale, no.
I have salad.
No kale.
No kale, and we don't put meat on it. You can chop up some lunch meat or some leftover chicken or tuna. Exactly. You can even throw black beans on there. You can, it's up to you. I know you don't like that.
She does.
I do. I do. But then you've got a protein there. So it's having salad is a load of fun because you can do whatever you want with it.
Yeah, and I've been surprised because I've normally pushed back from having anything sweet in a salad. For whatever reason, salads to me are savory.
Right.
I know it's bizarre, but they've got me hooked on the cranberries, and they're great.
So good.
So yeah, sunflower seeds.
Sunflower seeds. You can throw some cheese on there. Hard-boiled eggs is another great way to add protein to your salad. It's really inexpensive.
Yeah, because eggs are $1 if you get them on a good deal. $1 for 12, but you don't use all of the thing.
No.
So you're talking like 25 cents for hard-boiled eggs.
Right.
So another great meatless or meat meal if you want that the kids love, baked potato bar.
Oh yeah.
Baked potato bar. And that is a cheap meal that is actually healthy if you do it right. And you just you want to keep it away from meals that you got a lot of meat on.
Right.
Maybe the week of the 13th, 14th, 15th, somewhere in there.
Yeah, we don't have anything there, do we?
No. And they love that for the same reason. It's, I want sour cream, or I want cheese. Or
I want leftover chili. They could put a little chili or salsa or whatever.
That one is a good one, especially if you're dieting. Salsa.
Yeah. And, occasionally, like when Claire was living at home, we would have baked potato bars. She's like, well, can I have a sweet potato instead of a white potato? Sure. Sweet potatoes are actually way better for you than the Yukon Golds or russet potatoes because the sweet potatoes are a complex carbohydrate. No.
I don't know that. I thought that was backwards.
Wait.
I know that they're...
Simple carbohydrate.
Scratch that. We're going to continue on.
I'm going to just ignore what I just said.
About the sweet potatoes.
Right. I used to know. I just have totally forgotten.
This is what is called getting older.
Yeah.
And this too. No. Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, moving on. Now, some of the meals that I just absolutely love are those comfort meals. Oh, and this one's cheap. I would normally say like a meatloaf, but instead I would like beef gravy over mashed potatoes. And garlic bread. Oh.
I only eat it or make it because he loves it. I'm not a fan of it because I feel sick after eating it because it is so filling.
Don't eat
and
so much.
No, I don't. I put a small thing of mashed potato, like an ice cream scoop size, on my plate, and with a little bit of the stuff on there. Oh, it's so filling. It. So filling.
So what it is just pick a spot.
It's ground beef.
You take a pound of ground beef and you make a gravy out of it. There's some onions in there. I think this one's in our cookbook. A lot of these are going to be in our cookbook. Well, at least one of the 2 cookbooks. But you make a gravy out of it. So there's, a little salt, a little pepper, onion. Some people will put a little bit of which is your sister sauce in there, Worcestershire sauce. And then you put it over mashed potatoes. You'll serve it with like corn or a vegetable or a salad and some bread, and you're done. But it is, so delightful.
Not something I can eat on a regular basis.
That's why we only have it like every other month.
Or every 3 months.
Why? I
usually skip it.
She accidentally forgets to thaw out the ground beef.
I erase it.
Well, then I'm not going to tell them your favorite meal.
Okay.
I lied. It's creamy sausage and tomato pasta.
But the funny thing is, you like that meal too.
I do, but not as much as you do.
Oh.
It's creamy sausage and tomato pasta. You pick
yummy.
a spot.
Okay.
I'll describe it.
Okay.
What it is you take a beef or a kielbasa sausage. You're going to chop that into nice, thin little rings, and you're going to sear that in a pan so that it starts to get a little char on it. And then there's tomatoes go into it, like diced tomatoes. There's garlic and a bunch of great spices. And then you're going to put actual cream into it along with some Parmesan cheese right when you plate it up over bow tie pasta.
It's so yummy.
It's silly good.
No, the bow tie pasta is mixed into it.
Well, we've done it both ways where you mix it and then plate it, or you go pasta stuff.
Yeah. It's so good. It's so inexpensive, and it's super fast and easy to make.
Yeah. So you got a thing of kielbasa, which right now is $3. And then can of tomatoes, $1. The cream, that would be what would cost you because we get ours for free.
Yeah.
Because we have a cow.
We have a cow, yeah.
But let's call the cream $3?
Yeah. I don't know how much it costs. I mean,
pasta's $1.
About cream and ages.
So you're $8. Let's call the main meal $9, and then some kind of a side for vegetable $2.
Okay.
$3.
Okay.
So $9, $10, $12, and that is let me tell you what, people, that is a meal that you would pay $15 for one plate at a restaurant, easy.
Oh, easy. And I see. Okay, $12 for a meal.
But you're feeding
You're feeding six people.
Yeah.
We have 6 people that are eating here in this house. So $12, that's $2 per person for this meal.
And don't forget, it's also leftovers.
We do the leftovers for lunches, and you can't go anywhere. You can't even go to McDonald's for that much money.
Yeah, McDonald's costs our family like $45, $50.
Yeah, which we haven't gone to McDonald's in ages, and I don't think I'll ever go back to McDonald's. Every time we would eat it, it just makes you feel gross.
Feel gross.
Yeah.
The way I describe McDonald's to people is it always seems like a good idea until you're actually doing it.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Afterward.
You like it.
Right then.
Right then, it tastes so great, but then 5 minutes later, you feel just disgusting.
Okay.
Anyway.
So that one is one of Mama's favorites. I'm going to put one of my favorites on there that we're going to do it in a different way because she hates this meal only because it's labor intensive. Kebabs.
I thought you were going to say cabbage rolls.
Oh, we can do that. Oh. No, we'll do the cabbage casserole.
Oh, that would be better.
Well, let's get that on there. But no, kebabs. And the reason why is because it ends up being me and Mom cutting all these millions of vegetables up and chicken and steak and pork and whatever we got. And of course, then I got to bacon wrap it and blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Let's keep it simple. We'll marinate some chicken. And what we'll do is, like, when we involve the kids for salad and baked potato and all that, we're just going to put stuff out. They're going to assemble them all.
And then grill them.
And then I'll grill them.
Done. There you go.
And that way they can be involved. So let's say that's, since you're not using entire chicken, like a bunch of it, let's call it like 3 chicken breasts.
Okay.
And, of course, some bell peppers and some onions. And she doesn't like warm tomato on that kind of a thing.
No, I always pick them off.
So, but let's just say all your vegetables and everything come to $5 or $6. Let's say $6.
So you're looking at probably $9.
Round it up to 10. Yeah. Go nuts.
Okay.
So kebabs and rice. Ooh, that just squeaked.
Yeah, I rubbed the pencil, the plastic part of the pencil on the paper.
Ooh. So call the whole meal $12 for rice and kebabs.
Is kebabs with an A or an E?
K-A.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
I
think so.
That's one of those words that eludes me. Looks right.
Yeah. So, okay, here. And another one, the stuffed cabbage casserole.
Yes.
Okay, so stuffed cabbage casserole. When I was a kid, my mom would make cabbage rolls. And so if you could think of what it is like this, like a little mini meatloaf wrapped inside of cabbage, and they're tucked tight in a pan, a bunch of them, and then sometimes there'd be a tomato sauce, or sometimes she'd just put potatoes and carrots and other vegetables in there, and she would just roast it. So you'd get a plate full of carrots and potatoes and onions, and then your little meatball thingy. But
pretty much,
she hates making them.
Yeah. And
I generally don't have time because Mom called it a putsy.
Right. Well, and the flavor of them was okay. I really like the flavor of the unstuffed cabbage casserole because there's tomatoes in it.
Which,
yeah.
Okay. You want to describe it? Describe away.
Okay, so unstuffed cabbage casserole, you take your, what cabbage rolls are. You've got chopped up cabbage, you have cooked rice, you have canned tomatoes that we seasoned, ground beef that has been, we cook it, right?
We brown it.
We brown it first and mix it with the tomatoes, and then we mix all of that together.
Onions and everything.
Mm-hmm. And then we sprinkle some cheese on top of it and bake it. And
so it becomes like a casserole rather than the other thing.
Right. And it, honestly, if you get a large head of cabbage and a few pounds of ground beef, you could actually make several meals out of this. Mm-hmm. Usually what ends up happening is we make 2 or 3 meals.
And freeze one.
And freeze some. So we make one and then we freeze the rest. So.
And I'm not kidding when I say that if you're making it for like one meal, you're less than $10. And then if you're making it for 2 meals, it's only a little bit more.
Yeah, it's not much.
It's only like 13, 14 more. So call it 10 for our purposes here. Other things that the kids like that it's hard for me to, we try to eat as healthy as we can without going crazy.
Yeah.
Because if you want to go keto, go keto. If you want to do this, do that. We just try our best to stay away from as many chemicals as we can because we'll make whatever.
Right. We make everything from scratch.
Except what I'm getting ready to tell you, or some of these things, like corn dogs. The kids love corn dogs. And you can get them from Aldi for $3 a package.
Yeah. So
they come 6 in a package?
50 cents. Yeah.
Yeah, 50 cents
It's been a really long day so far, and it's, only noon.
So let's say there's 6 people eating. They each eat 2.
Mm-hmm. It's 50 cents a dog, so it's $1 a person, so it's $6.
Yep.
Yeah, so it's and we like to do those on a Friday night or a Saturday, when we've
Finger
been
food.
Finger foods. We've been out working, doing a lot of stuff outside.
Mm-hmm.
We come inside and just throw it in the air fryer or in the oven, and
So
done.
then you'll get either tater tots or some kind of potato.
Right.
And then that's honestly it.
Right.
So you're talking less than $10 to feed everybody. So on goes the corn dogs.
And on the line of finger foods, the kids really like it when we make chicken nuggets. Now, we don't buy the...
You got to describe
Yeah, we
how you
don't
do.
buy the chicken nuggets in the package, the Tyson or the Purdue nasty stuff that's not actually chicken.
It's like foam, chicken foam mixed with plastic.
Yeah, I mean, I know that there are some that is actual chicken. Those are really expensive. So we buy the chicken breasts and we cut them and bread them and we fry them ourselves, or we put them in the bacon. We put them in the air fryer. There's many different options. We don't fry a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
especially now that we've got our air fryer. We hardly ever do we fry anything anymore.
The air fryer has changed our cooking life.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
We got the Food Eye one.
And Ninja Food Eye, and
It was not
absolutely
cheap, but
No.
Holy smokes, we use it for everything from grilling inside, reheating fries and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
They get crispy.
Yeah.
Actual crispy, not like that fake crispy.
Right. No real
And
crispy.
no oil.
Right. No oil whatsoever. We don't spray oil on there.
No.
It's just super, super yummy.
Oh, yeah, you can put burgers in them. We got derailed. We were talking chicken nuggets.
Chicken nuggets, yeah.
Oh, so find a spot. So, but then chicken nuggets for us, to feed like 6 people, 7 people, that's going to cost us $12 because you're going to have all the chicken and the breading and just a couple eggs with it and all the sauces and things.
How much did you say? I didn't hear you.
I think we could go 12.
Yeah.
12 would be a fair
Yeah, because
estimate.
when we make chicken nuggets, we make a lot of chicken nuggets because the kids just devour them.
Our chicken nuggets are a lot like
Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
They're not like the McDonald's ones.
No.
Yep.
No, they are actual pieces of chicken that I put into a plain seasoned flour, not plain, it's a seasoned flour, then into egg, and then into some sort of breadcrumb mix, and they're so good, so yummy.
You know what we forgot?
No.
It's cold outside.
Yep.
We need soups.
Yes, we do.
Soups. Okay, first thing out of the gate, comfort food. It's cheap. It's delicious. Is my mom's chicken dumpling soup. And so you find a spot and I'll describe it.
Okay.
Chicken dumpling soup. So you only need a couple pieces of chicken, maybe 2, maybe 3 chicken breasts or the equivalent. And you're basically going to get that cooking up with with some celery and with some onion. The onion's really kind of optional, believe it or not.
Yeah.
And carrots and salt, pepper. The broth is the most expensive thing.
But I put it right after our whole roasted chicken.
So then we won't have to pay for it.
Whatever leftover chicken we have from that roasted chicken, and the broth that I make, it will be nothing.
Right.
Because
it's getting bright out.
Yeah, the sun's peeking through the clouds.
Yeah.
So, that $14 meal with the roasted chicken kind of
helps out the next
one. I mean, I don't have to do it the next day. I mean, I could do it anytime that week.
Right.
So it really just depends on what's going on. So
if we tally up celery, carrots, the broth, let's say you had to buy the broth. Okay, so then that's going to be $6 because you're going to need 2 of them.
Yeah.
Then all the dumplings are different. They look like lumpy clouds. And all that it is, because I make them, is egg, flour, and seasoning.
Yeah.
That's it. And the key is you take one of those little ice cream scoops, the kind.
The small ones.
Then you scrape it, dump it, and it poofs up just like that. And they're delicious,
so yummy,
and easy, and that's a $10 meal easy.
If you have to buy the broth, and the chicken. So.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I would call it 12 just for our sake, because if you got to buy the broth.
Right.
Yeah. So, but then there's also, do you want the one that everybody's been asking for?
Broccoli cheese?
Yeah.
Everybody's asking for broccoli cheese soup in bread bowls.
And yes, in bread bowls, just like if you've ever been out to San Francisco and how they have the chowder out on the pier, you get the bread bowl.
C's.
Oh my gracious. She makes it fresh. And so then what the kids do is they'll get their broccoli cheese soup, their bread bowl, and they'll pull out the inside, they'll hollow it out, and then they'll take the little bread, and then they'll dip it into their soup as they eat it. And, well, nobody can ever finish the bread bowl.
No, and so that's what I usually end up doing, is putting my soup in an actual bowl and tearing apart the bread and dipping it in the soup. Because, the bread, I like bread bowls. I like the idea of bread bowls, but they always absorb too much of the liquid.
I like bread bowls, and I cannot lie. Some of you other brothers can't deny.
All right.
Okay. Anyway, so broccoli is what, $3 a head? Is that what it is?
No, can't remember.
Well, let's say 4, because I believe it's 3, but let's call it 4.
Okay.
Then you got your broth, which is another $6, so you're 10. The cheese is what's expensive.
The cheese is what's expensive.
And a little bit of cream. So if you had to, we're going to have to figure in that you made the bread bowls, because otherwise it gets really expensive. We're going to call this an expensive $15 meal.
Oh, my heavens.
Going nuts.
Yeah.
Feeding 6 people for $15.
How dare you.
Other soups. A new favorite of ours that is also in the cookbook is
the lemon chicken orzo pasta.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, why don't you describe it as you're finding a spot for it there too?
Lemon chicken orzo pasta is. I can't do both. You have to describe it, because I gotta find the spot.
Okay. Well, obviously there's chicken involved, and then your normal trifecta of veggies. You've got your the celery and the carrots and the onions. And then instead of like a spaghetti, it's kind of like almost like a spaghetti pasta. They look like big rice, but it's pasta. It's not actually spaghetti.
No.
And it's got a lemony flavor. It's not creamy, but there's a tinge of that in there.
There is a bit of cream in it, yeah.
Just a little. And it's not too thick like a broccoli cheese, and it's not too thin like a very...
Like a chicken broth.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's got some...
Just something.
Yeah. It's
and
really yummy.
Holy smokes. And that's easily a $10 meal.
Yeah.
Because you could have that in bread and call it a day.
Yeah.
So let's see where we're at here.
I need to add in some leftover meals in here.
No. Remember what we're using leftovers for?
Lunches.
That's right. Because we've done it both ways.
Yeah.
We've done it where you'll buy lunches, but then it got so expensive.
Yeah.
Lunch meats and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And everybody's happy with the leftovers.
Right. And sometimes there isn't leftovers, so yeah, we'll have lunch meat and sandwiches, or
On
peanut butter
hand.
and jelly, or they'll make an egg sandwich for lunch, or whatever. So
Yeah, I mean we'll figure all that in at the end.
yeah.
So let's see. We need something. I know. Another good meal to take care of leftovers is stir fry.
Oh yeah. Definitely.
And cheap.
And very, very inexpensive, yes. We don't have a beef roast or a pork roast on here that
Time
we
to find one.
Right. Let's do that.
You want to go
here.
cheap with a pork roast?
We can do that.
So you could do chicken, you could do a pork roast, you could do a beef roast.
You could do whatever you like. Yeah, it's just whatever you prefer. We try and reserve, those kind of meals for Sundays, because that's like we only do a one big meal on Sunday afternoon. So we'll eat around 2. So late lunch, early dinner, and then whatever pork roast is left, then we will save that for fried rice, which I'll put right here.
Yes, let me show you where we're going with that. And now fried rice, okay. The rice is cheap. It's like 50 cents for a ton of it.
Yeah, we usually do. We make 3 cups of dry rice, and then it's then we cool it, and then
that's the key, by the way.
Yeah,
put it in the fridge overnight.
It's got to be cold, right? Hot rice doesn't work right. You got to use cold rice. So then we just use some frozen peas and carrots, an onion, some scrambled eggs. And then the meat, sauces. The sauce is just soy sauce, not soy. Part. I'm sorry, I don't use soy sauce. I use liquid aminos from
like
Bragg's. It tastes like soy sauce, but it's not soy sauce. So it's really tasty.
And I will sometimes hit it with some sesame oil.
Yes, yeah, I'll use sesame oil to cook the onions in. Yeah.
So if you're considering that you already have your meat of choice. This is a $5 meal.
Yep.
You know, it's a $5 meal. And I'll tell you what, the kids just love it.
Yeah. Oh, and it makes a lot. So that 3 cups of dry rice just makes a big, huge bowl of fried rice.
You
will have leftovers.
Oh,
Except if Hope is really hungry, then maybe not. Because she loves fried rice.
Yeah.
Now, pork roast meal.
Yes, ma'am.
So we didn't come up with a price for that one.
Oh, well... They're like $6, $7 if you get one on sale.
Yeah.
Because you don't need a 20-pound piece of meat.
You don't need a huge, no.
So let's do, how about, I know, pork roast with the little mini potatoes and carrots roasted.
Okay.
And then let's go cheap with a delicious pan-fried cabbage.
Oh, yeah, that's yummy.
Because we hit it with, we'll cook it with some lard, because we render our own animals. So it doesn't taste like bacon. So don't get that wrong. It just adds something different to it.
Of course, adding bacon in it is delightful. But
so, yeah, it's, then you hit it with salt and pepper, seasonings, and right before you plate it up, you throw some Parmesan cheese on it, and you're done.
Yeah.
So the roast... We said, what, $6?
$7.
Potatoes, carrots, another $4. We're talking $12
$12,
meal. Yeah.
Because cabbage is inexpensive. So.
All right. Where are we at? Let's take a look.
We need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Okay. What are some of the things that we haven't had in a while? Oh, sausage and kraut.
Yep, that's another yummy one.
That one's a family staple. You get the kielbasa beef or pork or chicken or whatever version you want, and we'll need 2 of them because our family loves them. You cut them into nice small pieces, and you're going to sear it up just a little bit in a pan, and then you're going to take a can of sauerkraut right on top. And then you just make mashed potatoes.
Yeah.
And everybody just puts it all together on their plate, and so... $6 for the meat. Kraut's $1, and then potatoes $2.
Okay.
So we're $9.
Yeah. Okay.
What else, baby? What else we got?
I don't know. We didn't bring up. Where is your? Can I see your phone? Because we have a nice list in your phone.
Oh.
That we have written.
I got it.
We didn't bring up any of our cookbooks or our previous lists.
We wanted to go crazy and do it from scratch.
Right. But now we've gotten the ones that we make on a regular basis.
Where is it?
I don't know.
I know. Okay, this is another meal that the kids love and we love, and you have it with just bread of some kind, and believe it or not, it goes great, and that's caprese salad.
Oh my goodness. It's so yummy. And sometimes we'll just have that. We put out a big pizza. This was totally Brad's idea one day. He put out a big pizza sheet, whatever, the round pizza pan. He sliced the tomatoes, put it on there, put the shredded cheese on there. It's not your traditional with the fresh mozzarella.
You can. We love it that way.
We do love it that way, but we didn't have that. And then he sliced up some lunch meat And then the balsamic vinaigrette. Oh, it was just so yummy.
We've done it traditional caprese salad where it's, tomato, mozzarella, basil, and balsamic. But then we were like, well, wait a minute. Why would we want to keep it this way when we can do whatever you want? You don't have to stick to the rules.
Right.
Okay. So I know one that you'll want since we're talking about tomatoes and all that lovely stuff, and we haven't had it, and it keeps getting pushed off. Bruschetta chicken.
Oh, that's another one of my favorites. The bruschetta chicken is grilled chicken. Actually, I bake it. And then what I think I might do is I might cook it in the air fryer this time. And then at the end, you're going to put on a bruschetta, tomatoes.
It's almost like a salsa, but it's
Italian. Yeah, it's tomatoes, basil, a little oil, some garlic, and it just, you put that right on top, and it's so good. Tastes so fresh. Sometimes I'll throw it in the oven just to heat those tomatoes through just a little bit, and it's delicious. All the kids love it.
That's less than a $12 meal.
Yeah.
Oh, we didn't figure out the price on the other one. What was the other meal?
Caprese salad.
Okay, that'll be probably a little bit less. I'm going to say that's an $8 meal because the tomatoes just depends on how many people you're feeding. And believe it or not, you get 2 nice thick slices of tomato with all that cheese and meat and stuff piled on there. It's enough.
Yeah, it's really filling. And then some bread on the side to soak up all of the leftover. The balsamic vinegar is so good.
Okay, here's another one that is one of your favorites or new favorite.
I got lots of favorites.
It's in our recipe book, the second one. Chicken divine or Diane. Is it Diane or Divine?
Chicken divan.
Okay, because I wrote it down wrong.
Yeah, you did write it. Yeah.
But that it's like a creamy sauce.
Yeah.
You got mushrooms in there, which Hope doesn't like.
So yummy.
And instead of a chicken broth base, it's beef broth base, which is interesting to put on a chicken.
Yeah.
But it works.
Yeah, it's really yummy.
So that one, that'd be like a $10 meal.
Yeah.
Because you could put it over noodles or rice. And then have a
veggie.
Salad.
Salad. I just had a thought. Darn it. What was it? What about...
Let's take a look. What you thinking, baby? Another soup, maybe?
No, it was something that you really... it's a new thing that I have found and tweaked for our family just because I don't use like the soup packages. I can't stand using canned soups or soup mixes. No. I don't use those. I make it from scratch.
Yeah.
Because there's so much sodium in there and so many chemicals. It's not good for you. But it's the ground. It's like a hamburger. But it's with, what is this stuff called? You really like?
I don't know where you're going. You have given me nothing descriptive
Swiss steak. Is it Swiss steak? It's the stuff you used ages ago.
I love this.
The Hungry Man.
Salisbury steak.
That's it, Salisbury steak. But it's flavored with a French onion sauce. Homemade French onion sauce. And it turned out, you really liked it. It turned out really good.
That's an unhealthy addiction I used to have to those... Hungry man, like,
microwave
when you
dinners.
go like nuts and be like, I don't care what we're eating for dinner, I want to eat garbage. I would always get one of the Salisbury steak things.
Yeah, we're going to do
with the gelatinous gravy, but hers is so far better. And that's another $12 meal.
Yeah.
So, and that reminded me of another one that we need to put on there, and that is also in the cookbook, which... Sounds like we're telling you a lot about that, but there's a lot of good recipes in there.
There are favorite meals, so.
Mom's from scratch hamburger helper copy.
Oh.
I love it.
Oh my goodness. I could just eat it. You could make yourself sick on it. It is so good. You know what? There's no cream of soup. There's no soup mix. There's nothing. It's simple ingredients that you have in your house. So
find a spot for that one, and I'll tell you another one that you're going to be excited about. Well, maybe. I think this one was a new one. We've had it before. So the hamburger helper, that one's actually a little bit cheaper. Probably $8 with the cheese and the noodles. Noodles are $1. And then
cheese?
the hamburger.
I don't think there's cheese in it.
Yeah, you do. You actually use Thrive Life cheese. The powder. But they would have to use the regular cheese. So I'm figuring that into the cost.
Right.
So call that an $8. And then schnitzel noodles.
Schnitzel is so yummy.
It's a German thing, and it's awesome. They're egg noodles that you got like this creamy, buttery sauce that goes on them. And then you can have whatever else with it. So you could have pork or chicken or, oh, dang it. I just had this idea. I
Schnitzel?
forgot.
Schnitzel?
Holy schnitzel. No.
Okay. Aldi is a German company. And they have a lot of products that are German based. So we went one time and we found their pork schnitzel. And now it's okay. We don't do this a lot, but I was like, okay, we have to have this, and it was delicious. It was so good. It was their pork schnitzel, and you just fry it in a little bit of oil. And it is super crispy and super tender in the center, and it was delightful.
I'd call that meal $10 meal.
Yeah, because it was a one box.
Came with everything.
Came with, well, I mean, it was just the pork schnitzel in the box, but I think it was $4.99, $5.99.
It was $5.99, but then you got the schnitzel noodles.
Right.
And then you would have like a salad or something.
Spatzel, not schnitzel.
Yeah, that's right.
There's a lot of those. Okay.
Yeah, but then I can't believe we forgot a whole grouping of food. And you're going to be surprised when I say this because you're going to want to put at least 2 on there. Fish. We need some salmon on there. We need some cod on there.
Yep.
And believe it or not, you can have salmon on your budget and it's not going to break the bank if you go to Aldi.
Right. And I'm sorry for those of you who don't have an Aldi nearby you.
Find a restaurant supply chain.
Yeah.
Because they can. So now that would be a more expensive meal. You're going to be talking a $16 meal. Right.
Because the fillets, we buy the big fillets that are, oops, wrong way. This big. They're big.
That'll be $14 by itself.
Yeah.
Then you get your rice.
Right.
Because that's all you'd really have. You'd have salmon and rice, and then maybe another side of vegetables. So maybe an $18 meal, I'd call that.
Okay.
Yeah, to be fair. Not trying to cheat. What do we got there on the 22nd? On the 22nd, we got soup.
Yeah.
Then we got cabbage casserole before that, and then we have Christmas Eve the next day.
Right.
I'm feeling
saucy?
I'm feeling,
what's that?
I think we need Swedish meatballs.
Okay.
It's putsy.
I know.
She makes this Swedish meatballs that are so good. And, you get your nice little meatballs going, and then it's a little bit creamy. Sauce that goes with it over noodles.
It's really good.
And then you just have a vegetable, and you're done.
Yep.
So how many pounds of ground beef do you think you would need?
3.
Okay. So this would be like a $14 meal altogether. And we got one spot left?
1.
Okay, what's before it and after it? We got soup before, but it's the day before Christmas Eve, so we're going to want to probably have something, light? We'll want something light.
Let's do salad. Salad and bread.
Yeah. Salad and bread. And what was the other salad and bread? We called it $10. Alrighty, folks. So here's what's going to, you want the calculator? Do you want a calculator?
No.
I was just trying to be kind. I wasn't.
know.
It was not commentary, baby.
I know.
It was not commentary. Holy mackerel! She's like, real. So while you're, I shouldn't start just saying numbers, should I?
No.
She don't want the calculator. She went to go get the calculator. She went to get
There's
hers.
a lot on this one.
I figured we went a little more higher on the price range than we would normally do because a lot of people are like, that's unrealistic because we live in New York State. And I'm like, well, you're going to have to adjust up a little bit.
Right.
But
right.
For us, this is what it costs. So,
and yeah, we raise our own
chicken,
we have raised our own chicken, we have our own eggs, we have our own milk.
beef, pork.
But we're not discounting those costs
Correct.
because we have to buy feed along with that. So that cost is in there. Yeah, it's not going to be as expensive as going and buying a gallon of milk, because we can spend $100 a month on grain for the animals, and it's like, $100 a month.
Figure things in.
But that's for 7 animals that are on the hoof plus 20 some chickens. So we're getting milk and we're getting pork, we're getting beef, we're getting eggs, we're getting chicken. Not right now, we're not raising chickens for meat, but we've done that in the past, so, and then that milk provides us with yogurt, provides us with cheese, provides us with cream and,
But we're figuring
butter.
those costs that you'll have to pay for them into this.
Right.
So you keep adding, baby. Or did you start over?
I had to start over on this one because I started talking and I didn't know where I was at.
Okay. I won't start yelling numbers. You just keep doing what you're doing. You look wonderful today.
I know.
Did you hear that? I think she gets the award for most humble today. Most humble award. Where you at?
Okay, now this particular month is a long month. Okay, long month. It's still 31 days, but there is almost 5 full weeks. Look at this. There's only 2 days here and 2 days here. I mean, it's almost 5 full weeks. So there's quite a bit.
Did you start over again?
No, I'm adding the weeks, goober.
Okay,
Stop harassing me.
I'll stall for time.
Okay, you want to see the grand total?
Okay, wait. Because you got to tell them we're feeding 6 people.
And not little people. These are, the youngest is 9, and then it's us. And, we would think. We
work here, so they eat.
Yes, we work here, they work here, we live here all day. We're here all the time. We school here, we work here, okay? So,
Gotcha, baby.
okay, as a large family, we do not eat as much as a lot of people would think that a large family does. We have smaller portions. We don't fill our plate,
And
like
nobody's starving.
Nobody's starving.
Everybody has plenty of food, and it's healthy food for the most part. I mean, forget the corn dogs.
Well, that's once a month, if that. So, we're eating healthy. We're having cream sauces. But how often are we having cream sauces? And we work. We're outside every day, even in the winter when it's negative 30. We have to haul poo. We have to move hay. We have to, haul water. So there's stuff. Oh, that sun is really bright.
Oh, came out. Hey,
it just
how you
popped
doing?
out. Oh, man. Can't see. It's all green.
Okay, well,
anyway.
Before you give the reveal, we need to add something in. We need to add in at least a little bit for breakfast cereals and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Doesn't happen all the time, but
orange juice.
Let's call that $50.
Okay.
Let's go nuts because that would be a lot of food at Aldi. And then let's call another $50 for lunches and doodads and who's-its and what's-its.
So $100 extra.
Yeah.
For extras.
And so add that in.
Okay.
And then now here comes the reveal. This is 6 people for an entire month. including holiday meals.
Yep.
Go for it. People, you don't need to spend a fortune to eat well.
Nope.
400, just basically barely over $400, $416. And look at this meal plan.
Yeah.
$416, including breakfast and lunch.
Right. Now, there are things that we don't buy on a regular basis. We don't buy sodas that often. And
that'll kill your budget
That'll kill your budget now.
Yep.
And if we do buy soda, yeah, we buy the Zevia, which is there's no added sugars or high fructose corn syrup. The sweetener is stevia, and there's no caramel color, so it's a healthier soda.
That's expensive as all get out.
It is expensive. It's $4.99 for a case of 6. So that is a nice treat once in a while, right? Like when we have pizza. So,
but we would figure that into the treats,
right?
The $100
That's the extras,
treats.
yeah. So, we don't buy a lot of garbage, and we make cookies if we want cookies. We make cakes if we want cakes.
That's one of the things that kills you on your budget is buying all the pre-made stuff, especially deli.
Right. Oh my goodness! Don't buy deli stuff like that. Oh.
Just learn to make it.
Yeah, that's really great.
So $400 feeds 6 people with holiday meals. That's impressive.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So people, you can do this.
Yeah.
You can
be done.
do this.
You can do this. It can be done. You just have to buckle down and just say, okay, we're not going to, spend $50 on a piece of meat. Buy a cheaper cut of meat.
Yep.
A
little more chicken.
Less
steak.
Right.
And we do have steak from time to time too.
We do, well, because we raise it, but when we buy steak, something just fell into my shirt, and I think it was an Asian beetle.
There are Asian beetles here.
Everywhere.
They're flying around in the lights. They get in your hair.
Okay, we should.
You need to be done now.
We need to be done now.
She needs to be done now. Hope you like the video, guys. Please don't forget to subscribe and click the icon so that you get notifications, the bell.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Whoa, it got bright.
Really bright. Okay.
Oh,
you
I'm
have
Brad.
a blessed and amazing day.
Okay, I can't even click the button. All right, bye.
Bye.